Hello, Super Scholars. I hope you all had a wonderful weekend and that you are back and ready for a week of learning. We have 5 days until our winter break, and so that is 5 days we got to make sure we are using wisely. Today, for social studies, we are going to be continuing our journey back in time to explore places from long ago in Kentucky. What are some things you think you're going to need before we travel back in time? Think about it. What is something we need before we travel back in time? I have two very important things. You ready? In order for us to travel back in time, we need our imagination and our writing tools. There's absolutely no way we can travel back in time if we don't have our imagination with us and we didn't get our writing tools. So once you have those, you are ready to travel back in time. Today is Monday, and we are going to be talking about forts around Kentucky. Now, I said forts. We're talking about forts around Kentucky. Today, our learning intention is I am learning how innovations affect life today. When I look at that learning intention, the word innovations seems tough. Do you know what the word innovations means? Hmm. Innovations kind of means when you change up something to make it different and a little better. So it's not the same as inventing something. Inventing something means it's brand new. No one's ever had it before. You invented it, it's the first. Innovations is taking things that are already invented or maybe the way we do something and changing it for hopefully the better. So we're learning how innovations affect life today. Our success criteria is I know I've got it when I can explain why forts are important in Kentucky. So this week, we're going to take a look at a couple of military bases or forts that you can find in Kentucky. We are going to continue to use our imagination and add to our time travel journal. As we are doing this, think about what you might have wanted to explore or help build when these forts were being made. The first place that we're going to go is Fort Boonesborough. Hmm, Boonesborough. Does that kind of ring a bell? Let's read to learn a little bit more about it. Fort Boonesborough was a frontier fort in Kentucky, founded by Daniel Boone. Oh my goodness! We just traveled back in time last week and spent a day with Daniel Boone. So this fort, Fort Boonesborough, was founded by Daniel Boone and his men when they were it was founded following their crossing of the Kentucky River on April 1st, 1775. The settlement they founded, known as Boonesborough, Kentucky, is, listen to this, Kentucky's second oldest European American settlement. Oh my goodness. Could you imagine being alive and having to live in 1775? For all of my friends who like playing Minecraft, I don't know if you'd have Minecraft back then. Moving on to Fort Knox. Fort Knox is located in Fort Knox, Kentucky. It is about an hour away from Lexington, so where we are now. Almost, ooh, this is really cool. Listen. Almost all of America's gold is stored in Fort Knox. Fort Knox was built in 1918. We have a couple of pictures, and then we also have a book that we're going to read. And this book is right on Get Epic, so you can read it yourself as well. And it is called Guarding Fort Knox. And I love that it has a table of contents right in the front. A storehouse for gold. People use gold in different ways. Gold can be a symbol of wealth. Coins and jewelry are made from the metal. Gold can be a symbol of a great achievement. Olympic champions are awarded gold medal. Up until the 1930s, many people had gold coins. That changed in 1933. People had to turn in their gold into the banks. They were allowed to keep their gold jewelry. The gold was exchanged for US currency or dollars. That's what we use today. People were paid about $20 per ounce of gold. The gold coins were melted down and they were made into bullion. The US government needed a place to store all of this bullion. So they chose Fort Knox. This site was far away from the ocean, which means that people couldn't launch an attack from the sea, and it was protected by the mountains. Fort Knox is found where? Right here in Kentucky, inside the fortress. Do you want to visit Fort Knox, where most of America's gold is? Not so fast. You would not be able to get near the depository. No visitors are allowed. That's a strict rule, no exceptions. Today, even the US president cannot get into Fort Knox, and no one has ever broken into the building. That sounds like a really safe place to keep the gold. Fort Knox is a fortress. It is made up of tons of granite, concrete, and steel. We're just going to skip forward just a little bit. Actually, that's all we're going to read. If you want, you can learn more about Fort Knox and come back to this and read it after the video. But we're going to keep moving along. Fort Campbell. Fort Campbell is located in Kentucky. It was built in 1941. The fort is named in honor of Union Army Brigadier General William Bowen Campbell. That's a long name. So learn a little bit more about Fort Campbell and to go on a virtual tour, you can watch this video right here. Okay, so we went back and visited a few different forts. For your work today, you are going to pick which fort you want to talk about. You can do Boonesboro, Fort Knox, or Fort Campbell. And I want you to think, what is something you may have done or seen or heard while building Fort, whichever one you choose. Remember, this is where your imagination really comes in handy. I can't wait to see what work you come up with.